So hey y'all, this is Leona from Crafting by the Pound. Thank y'all so much for joining me for another video. And today I have this new thing that I'm doing that I've been talking about wanting to put on the channel for a while. And it is my reading journal. So I want to say earlier this year, mid this year, because we're only in July right now, I created a reading journal. It contains all 12 months. It has reading challenges, it has graphs, charts, all that. And it's customizable in the sense of you can make it look how pretty you want, how basic you want, how minimal you look, whatever you want, you can do there. And it also has what you're seeing right now is I'm organizing it, but I have revised it to where every month has all the pages for the given month. I felt like I didn't want to make anybody work harder than they had to. So I fixed the pages so where all January is with January, all February is with February, and so on and so forth. So this reading journal is very near and dear to my heart. I do hate that I got it out later in the year, so it is discounted right now. It is on sale. But yeah, I am so proud of myself with how I did this reading journal. There is some things I do want to change that I'm actually making a note of going forward for 2026, because I do plan on crafting another journal, and I'm glad I did all this work for this year's journal so that I can have at least a foundation going forward for 2026. And I know I just jumped in, but I was just so excited to jump in. Y'all understand I had a whole lot of technical issues before I hit record on this voiceover. But I do want to go ahead and introduce myself. Hey y'all, my name is Leona. I'm also known as Crafting by the Pound out on the interwebs. I have been an illustrator since 2017, and I have gone through many ups and downs. I have gone through many changes with my art, with wanting to be a business owner, planner shop. I've gone through all the different phases, and I've just decided to just be true to my art and how it wants to be presented. And in doing so, I've started this journey here on YouTube that has kind of like kept me honest about where I'm going trajectory wise when it comes to my art and who I am as an artist. And I am grateful for the journey, as frustrating as it is sometimes, but I'm here. And so yeah, so that's my little intro. I wish I would have put that at the beginning, but it is here. I do want to show y'all the one with my Rugrats art, fan art notebook, the smaller one. I am revamping it. So this was a restarting it. So the journal was, I used to do like new spreads every month. And while I enjoyed it, it was coming to a point where I wanted more uniformity. So that's where the inspiration for this reading journal came into be. And I wasn't really liking the size because I found myself not really wanting to update my reading journal. And that defeats the whole purpose of having a reading journal. So I decided to kind of just look at what I was doing and be like, okay, Leona, just create something that you don't have to. Like, it was either going to be like stickers, or I was going to do what I've done, which is create a journal kit. And I do have like a myriad of things that are reading-esque that I've always wanted to put out, but I just never knew where to start. And I think this reading journal is the jumping off point for me when it comes to sharing my passion and my love for reading in a crafting way. So this is me restarting my reading journal. And I know, that's tedious, but if y'all knew me when I was in school, I used to rewrite entire journals, entire notebooks of notes from school just because I didn't like the handwriting, or just because it did not serve a purpose for me. I would rewrite the entire notebook. So I have no problem starting over. As much work as it comes with that, I have no problem doing that, especially if it serves a purpose of me feeling comfortable in what I am dealing with. So I love reading, and I didn't want to stop doing reading journals. I wanted to be more intentional with my reading journal, and this journal itself, this printable, is doing the job. We're currently in the month of July. I know I just filmed my June reading journal setup and update, so hopefully that'll be coming out soon to y'all. I'm gonna combine that with May because I am so behind in getting these out to y'all. So May and June will be combined in one video, and y'all be able to see all that in one go. But the beginning portion of this video is just me setting up the beginning pages. And I do have those rating sticker sheets in my shop, but once you'll get to the pages of January, because I have combined January 2025 with this video, you'll see why the rating stickers aren't necessary. But I guess you can always use them for something else, because I am planning on doing a gaming journal, because I am a gamer. And I haven't gotten my sketchbook to actually just draw out what I want to see when it comes to my gaming journal, but I am excited because I think the rating sticker sheets that I've created will be a great addition to that. I want to create like an entire aesthetic when it comes to my journals, like create complimentary stickers to go along with it. And until I figure out fully, like, I know how this journal works because that was the purpose of me creating it, but legit, we're at mid-year with this reading journal. And I do have plans, like, for any of the basic pages in this kit or in this journal to offer those at a super discounted rate if you just want to have basic pages instead of the entire journal. And so I'm playing around with things, but if you're ever curious as to know what kind of merch I have or what kind of products I have, you can definitely head over to craftingbythepound.com. I have a lot of things that I have posted there, and I do want to switch up how I do my videos just so that y'all know what's new and what's coming to the shop. But until I get to that point, because I feel like I'm always trying to play catch up when it comes to my videos and YouTube, but I'm here. But I really truly love how these beginning pages started off, because what I had with my first reading journal that I did have for this year was I had a bunch of copies of book covers, because I do have a sprocket, a HP sprocket, but after a while those pages, the sticker pages, become expensive. So I just started using my sticker paper and printing out book covers, and I would end up having multiples of one cover that I didn't need multiples of. And so I decided to use it to create a border around some of the pages that had a whole lot of white space. Now, I could have done this in the crafting stage of the journal, but the thing about it is that I wanted whoever downloaded it or purchased it to be able to customize it to their liking. Like I said in the description of this journal, is you can print out all the pages or some of the pages, or however you feel like you want to do it. And so I will be referencing the original reading journal a lot until, I know I didn't film February through April, because those months had already came and gone, and they'll be similar to what I did for January. So I just decided to just film me redoing January and then telling y'all that is how the rest of the year went. And then June and May, I do try to do different things because I'm still getting a feel of it. And because I don't touch on it as often as I would like, it is what it is. And I actually have something in mind coming really soon when it comes to the reading journal as a companion. So yeah, but this is me putting my ABC reading challenge, what I had already selected for the challenge. And this is a yearly challenge that I love to do. I always end up failing around the always end up failing at the X, the Z, and a number. And there's a few other letters that I always end up, when the end of the year comes, I always end up not having a selection for, that I always have to hunt down my library or Kindle to find a book title that goes with it. And the thing I really also love about this reading journal is that each challenge has rules. So for my ABC reading challenge, there are rules up at the top right corner, and they kind of keep me focused and zeroed in on what exactly I want to see. And it also makes me not work harder, but be more creative in my book selection, because I am a mood reader and it's hard to kind of want to just read anything. I have to be in the mood to read it to begin with. And so as I get to the January pages, I do have the page you're seeing that is like the extra pages. That's one thing I also love about the reading journal, is because you can print out extra pages. So for example, for the rating chart, if you have more than, I think it's 22 divots, if you have more than 22 divots, just print out another page. And each rating chart, genre chart are geared towards the months. So that's what's awesome about it as well. The only thing that might actually be a hindrance to readers who do decide to partake of this reading journal is that I rate 3 to 5. I don't do the 1 through 5 star rating. I might have to change that because for the month of July, I did have a 2-star rating. And I debated on my mind of like, how did I want to go back and forth? Did I want to go back and change it? And I didn't feel like I needed to, because that was the rating I wanted to give it. So yeah, so I might have to change that for 2026. Maybe I'll add a correction and then just offer that page in the shop. I'm not exactly sure. But the sticker sheet that I ended up using for January, I think this is the only month that I actually use a sticker sheet for, because I thought that I could do like a theme, a reading theme or a sticker theme. And I'm like, I didn't really need that because I had the book covers. I had the extra book covers. And as each month goes on, I always end up having extra book covers that I can use to decorate. So I don't really need the stickers. And because I'm using my Tombow markers, those also give like a pop of color. So I didn't really need all of that. And also trying to match the colors with the sticker sheet, it was exhausting. Going forward, I kind of color code. So I do all greens or all blues or all yellows or all oranges, that type of vibe. And then that works really well. I don't have to think too much on it. It's not, it's not irritating, and it just meshes with me. And so as I'm going through each book that I've read for January and putting them in their right slot, I do have, I like to notate the title, author or authors, series and series number, genres, format, pages, and then I have like the key details. So in every journal, I have a key. And so I like little shapes. I like to use shapes as my key, and all of them have a meaning. A star is a favorite read, a square is a series, a diamond is a Kindle Unlimited or a library, Kindle Unlimited. A circle is a library read. An oval is a book I already own. A squiggly line is a book, an author that I don't want to read from again. A half circle is a new to me author. A line is a book that goes towards my monthly reading challenge, and a dot goes towards the yearly reading challenge. And a triangle is a reread. So yes, a lot, but it's all in the key. It's all in the key. And I think going forward, I thought about leaving that blank for any readers who wanted to put their own key on there. But for me, I need it because it helps me to know I guess when I do go and do my challenges, what goes where, and I don't have to seek all of them out and try to figure out like, oh, okay, that's for that. And so I don't double up on anything, because the books that I use for my monthly challenge, I don't use for my yearly challenge. Those are separate. I don't overlap, because that also makes it more challenging. So, and even the monthly challenges and I love, oh my gosh, when I get to the monthly challenge, I love it so much because the idea came to me as I was drawing it, or, just designing it. And thank goodness for my sketchbook. So as I was designing it, it came to me to create like prompts to the reading challenge, to the monthly reading challenge, not for the letters. Now for like January, it'll be spelled out January, and you'll put the individual book covers or book titles to the letter that it resonates with. But when it gets to, I've created like additional parts to the monthly reading challenge, and they have prompts. I'm so in love with it. So in love with it. I wouldn't change it for the world. But yeah, so yeah, when we get to I am. And I did feel like, after I've been using it now for some months, there are some changes I want to make. Again, I need to actually write all this down because yikes. But I'm so happy with this first version of a reading journal. And it's 2025. I think this will be a great start to it. So 2026, it may be thicker, it may be smaller. I don't know. I just know that I'm very proud of myself for getting this done, for pushing through and actually crafting this. And I was also skeptical of even sharing this with y'all. But it's for y'all. It's for me. It's for anybody who needs that type of structure in their reading journal. So it's for all of us. And it would be remiss of me not to share this with my audience, because why not? And I've had all these videos, and I'm trying to get to a place mentally where I don't overthink it and just do it. And hopefully it connects with somebody somewhere, and, you know, my community continues to grow. And one thing I did about these stickers is, so I try to gear each box to the size of the read section. And those are like a inch and a half by almost 3 inches. But when it comes to other boxes, I don't mind that the book cover overlaps it. And I don't mind that it because I'm like, it's a journal. I don't mind the unkemptness of it, the aesthetic looking. I just love the fact that it has all my book stuff in it. And then also when it comes to the cover, I love the fact that with using discs, I can change the cover however I want. Currently, I'm using another Rugrats Fan Art series illustration as my reading journal cover, but maybe I'll create a reading journal cover that it pertains to reading journaling. I don't know, but yeah. So as I get to the rating chart and genre chart, I have genres for the genre chart that maybe you don't read as a reader. And again, you can always white it out and just rewrite it. But these are the genres that I read. And I don't read all these genres every month. Some genres I'll read more than other months, or they'll be the only genre I read for that month. So it's a myriad of things. I read child lit, I read erotica, I read fantasy, fiction, romance, graphic novels, comics, manga. I read all the things. So I kind of just group them up into the main categories or main genres. And yeah, I mean, you personally don't have to use them. If you choose to buy this journal, you don't have to use them or use that page. But yeah, it's just there. This is like a blueprint, a foundation, a a starting point for readers like me. And so this is how I do my reading journal. This is how I like to engage with what I've read for that month. And what I currently use before I even get to this point now, since I'm not revamping May and June, is I have a reading log. And as I read, I go ahead and write the books that I've read, the stuff that I need to know, so that when it comes to filming and filling in my reading journal, I'm not trying to remember what book I read at any given time. I legit have a reading log that I can just go through and plop right there. Now, I do have a thought of adding the reading log pages into the journal. I'm not exactly sure, but that is something that I could probably craft. Again, I need to get back into my sketchbook because there's a lot of inserts that I want to add to this journal, since we still have months left in 2025 that I'll have available in the shop that can then be downloaded and then added, because that's the beauty of this journal, is that it can be added. Parts can be added to it unless you decide to bind it in a way that you can't add pages to it. I don't know, but yeah. So I have instructions on the website. I have tips and recommendations and all that good stuff. But yeah, I am so in love with this reading journal, and I'm so happy that I'm sharing it with y'all. I don't know in what part of my schedule this video will hit YouTube, but I hope that it resonates with y'all and we can become reading journal buddies. I don't know. I don't know what that even means. But yeah, I will say that when I was doing all this revamping or restarting my reading journal, it was tedious going through all this stuff all over again. I think I went from January to April, but it was necessary to get it started. And now, because I've added more pages printed more pages because I had to, it's starting to get a little thick, y'all. my reading journal starting to get a little thick. And I'm looking at the January pages because I think my January thing will be blue. I think. I have to look to see if I've done blue already. Because I have some Tombow markers that I don't think I've used yet. And so I'll just look at that. Because maybe I'll do a rainbow month. I don't know. But I have ideas. And my next goal is to do like a mid-year reading journal update, which is something like another bundle that I'll be offering in the shop, because I love reading recaps. So I would love to have a mid-year and then an end of year. So if I can get the mid-year done and the end of year done, and then like the reading log done, and then I think those are the only 3 inserts I want to create and add to the shop. I think. I could be wrong. But I'm looking at my board that I write my tasks on. And I think those are the only 3 things right now, as of July 2025, that I want to add as a companion to the reading journal. But, if y'all have any suggestions, don't hesitate to add them in the comments, because I'm always open to suggestions. I absolutely love suggestions. And the thing about the the monthly reading challenge, going back to that, because I thought I was winding down. But the thing about that is that when I don't have a book to put in a slot, I have no problem leaving that blank. It used to bother me because I felt like a failure. I felt like, Leona, why are you doing a challenge if you're not going to actively try to complete it all? But I think that my perspective on that has changed now, because I think in knowing what month I'm in, I want to be more intentional in selecting books that will help me be successful in that reading challenge. But if I don't, it's not the end of the world. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing of seeing my challenges in this way. Because I think the one thing I did love that I did last year was when I was showing y'all the updates, was just seeing the progression. And I think that's the videos like I did last year. I think they were reading updates. I have to look back and see what those are. I feel like it's been so long. But those are, I like the progression. I like to see the journey of a thing, and to know that even though I didn't do a good job of actually completing each monthly challenge, they're still there. I still attempted. Now I am building back up my physical book collection along with my physical movie collection. And it's an amazing thing to see books that I've loved on my Kindle on my shelves now. It's such an amazing feeling, because at any given moment I could just pluck it up and be able to sit in my couch, in my room, and put on like some ambiance music in the background on YouTube on my projector, and just read, like cozy up on my couch with a throw blanket, and I have like Snoopy, and I have a Hershey bar pillow, and just relax. So yeah, this is definitely a vibe for me. I really enjoy this whole entire experience, and I hope that if y'all are enjoying this, and if this is something that you definitely resonate with, I hope that it becomes a vibe for you, and it helps you with reading more, or reading more selectively, or reading more intentionally, or reading more for fun, however you decide to do it. And with that said, I think I've talked a lot when it comes to this reading journal. I hope y'all have a safe, blessed, and wonderful rest of y'all day. And I hope that you enjoy the stuff that I put out on this video or on this channel, and that you choose to like, share, and subscribe. And with that said, I will hopefully see y'all in another video. And yeah, bye y'all.